much more. OK, our final guest tonight probably does the best impression of Terry Wogan you will ever hear. If we're nice to him, maybe he'll do it for us. Please welcome Steve Coogan. So you've been on Des O'Connor, you've been on Clive Anderson, and now you come and say hello to us.
I've finally sold out.
So what's... I mean, our last guest, Dolly Parton, had been on Des O'Connor. Were you around when she was on? Because it's recorded that show at all different times.
There wasn't enough room.
Oh, of course there wasn't, no. What's it like being on Des's show? Is he cool? I think he's cool.
He's a nice man.
Yeah?
Nice man, yeah. You want to take a leaf out of his book, Chris?
Do I? Yeah. You think so? Because he asked you about Alan Partridge, didn't he? And he thought it was based on him. He was paranoid about that.
Well, he said to me, you know, would you make any changes? What changes would Alan Partridge make if he came on this show? And I said, absolutely none. And what they don't like on Des O'Connor is, you know, you do some other shows like you, because you're such a good-humoured, modest chap. Then you don't mind if people have a little bit of a pop at you. But if you have a pop at Des, then the audience sort of go, oh, we don't like that. That's just the way the men talk, you know.
But you didn't have a pop at Des, did you? You had a good time, you were rocking.
And I think they cut out the pop, because they didn't get a laugh.
Oh, did you have a pop, did you?
Well, you know, sort of very soft, gentle one.
What was it like? How did it manifest itself?
Like a sort of small lump. You know.
OK, all right. So what do you like best? Do you like doing your impressions or your characters best? Characters,
I like doing characters best, but but for party tricks, impressions are probably.
Well, we're up for party tricks tonight, I think, don't you think, Stephen?
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to know before you do any voices, and you are brilliant at them. How do you know that you sound like the people you're supposed to be taking off?
I don't. You sort of just hear it. You know, it's like when I do. And sometimes you can get it from hearing another impressionist do it. So that gives you the key to it. And sometimes you just hear it. I mean, I remember once when I was a kid going around sort of saying, talking like this, saying the last furlong. I kept saying it to myself again. I thought, who is that? And I remember waking my brother up at night going, who's this? The last furlong. He said, is it anything to do with horse race? I said, no, it sounds a bit like Norris McWhirter. And I found it was, you know.
That was Norris McWhirter?
The fastest man on two legs. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is the largest rocket ever made.
Because I've heard you do loads of impressions. I mean, I watched you 9-10 years ago in that little comedy club where everybody used to practice in Islington. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
The Market Tavern?
Yes.
It was 50p to get in, and you all tried your new stuff out and then did it at the big gigs at the weekend.
That's right.
And I saw you doing Sean Connery there, and I think you do a brilliant Sean Connery. None of your voices are bad, they're all fantastic, but does that start off bit by bit? You get a bit right first? And
That's right. See, with Sean Connery, a lot of people when they do Sean Connery, they do this, they speak like that, you know, and they say, my name is Bond, James Bond, but they don't get the depth. They don't say, my name is Bond, James Bond, 007 License to Kill. You know, they don't get the actual depth there, you know. And the face helps the voice, you know. Speak out of the side of your mouth, like that.
But you don't have a deep voice, so where does the depth come from? Because
hormone injections.
All right, fair enough. OK, well, I didn't want to just get on a string of voices, but I've got to... While we're on the deep thing, the Terry Wogan one doesn't come out of your mouth.
Well, the thing about Terry is, funnily enough, interesting sort of trade secret here, and you can have them all, because I don't do it anymore, so I'll give away. I'm not a member of the magic impressionist circle. Rolf Harris and Terry Wogan are quite similar in that they go up and down. So when you do Terry Wogan, you talk like that, but every now and then, you go right down there.
How does he do that? How does he do that?
But Rolf Harris is exactly the same, because he's... you talk about, one day I was walking on the side of the bank, suddenly fell in the water. Up and down.
But you don't do a show where you just do impressions. You don't and you won't do a show where you just do impressions.
Not anymore.
You just do your characters and your acting. OK, which is all great. But wouldn't you like a big Saturday Night Mike Yarwood kind of deal that doesn't exist anymore?
No. No, because the thing about impressions is they're good fun, they're a good laugh, but there's it's like juggling. You sort of go, wow, and then you go, well, what do we do now?
But nobody does them anymore, though, do they? Because they were a form of satire.
Yeah, they were. But there's only so much you can do, and you just sort of get into the treadmill where you just sort of seeing who new's coming. I used to do Spitting Image, you know, and all you do is sort of you'd have to watch TV and learn all these new impressions. It just became like a sort of
Conveyor belt.
Yeah, a bit boring. And with characters, you get a chance to sort of you can take the facility for doing funny voices and dress up and create your own characters.
But the cabbage wasn't on the conveyor belt because tell a story about, if you don't mind, you don't.
Oh no.
Whatever. When you became a voiceover artist on Spitting Image, once you were a youngster, the sixth formers were already in there, weren't they? The big boys.
That's right.
And you, other people did the world leaders, and you had to just do little bits.
Talking vegetables.
Yeah, go on. This is unbelievable. Listen, this is a cabbage.
Well, you know, cabbage, which is similar to marrow, actually. Have any complaints?
You do a silly voice like that. Oh, I'm a cabbage.
Or
Oh, I'm a marrow.
So the marrow was related to the cabbage somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Was Harry Enfield a sixth former or a student?
No, he was there for a while when I was there. He was like, when I was there, I was sort of like, God, you're Harry Enfield, aren't you? And he used to say, yep. And he did all the big voices, and I just now and again go, can I do one? You know.
Did he get jealous?
Did I?
Did he?
Of my extraordinary talent? No, I think he's got some. He's got extraordinary humility, and we got on very well. And I'm a great admirer of his, and he's a great admirer of me, and everything's fantastic.
But he does a show which is sort of a smaller version of what you like doing, because he doesn't do impressions of people that we know. He does lots of characters, but on a sketch show, and so does the Fast Show.
Yeah.
So
well, I think the difference is Harry does lots and lots, and you know, and Paul Whitehouse, of course, and his buddies, they do lots and lots and lots of characters for that do sort of 5 minutes at a time, and I do sort of a few that do like half hour each, sort of thing.
So would you not like to do the top of the pops of your characters on a weekly show?
Oh no! I like doing stories. You know, that's the great thing about Partridge is working with a team of you know, really good people, and being able to sort of create, you know.
Can we have a bit of Alan Partridge? Do you want a bit of Alan Partridge? Okay. What about Alan's impressions of the TFI Friday setup or something like that? I don't know.
He'd say it's very it's light-hearted. It's sort of aimed at the youngsters. And I think in that respect it works well. But I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. I think it's just slightly too frivolous. For example, you know, Alan could present Panorama, but Chris, I think, you know, you've got a long time to go before you're at that level.
Now, I think you're reluctantly famous. You don't like the fame because you once said about light entertainment, you don't want to end up in a box on Celebrity Squares.
You know, what with Kelly Marie above me, and.
But do you like being famous?
I do like it and I don't like it. What I like is I like just enough people to come up and tap me on the shoulder and say how great I am, without
getting in your face.
Without getting in my face.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that, you know, but you probably.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it. No, that's all I've got.
Yeah, well,
you've got a talent. I haven't got anything. I've just got a front
and a megalomaniacal business or corporation,
which is a front. That's the whole.
Well, I'd like one of those. I'd rather have one of those than being. Anyway, it's funny because I don't actually get recognised that often, but I do when I do. It's people just sort of staring at me in supermarkets like that, you know.
But you're great. The nicest thing I think your fame has brought you is probably your cars, because you love your cars, don't you?
Cars and professional respect.
Because you know that Prefab Sprout once wrote the song Cars and Girls, and I know you were asked about girls recently on a different show, I can't remember which show it was, and they said, you know, your private life has been a bit up and down, and your reply was, what, you mean I'm not gay, and I've proved it. Is that what you suggested?
Something like that, yeah.
Because I think you are gay.
Really?
I think that's the thing.
It's the way I walk across the floor.
No, I just think I think you're gay.
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, are you gay or not?
No, I'm not!
Well, I've got 3 of your past boyfriends here to prove you are gay. Please bring in 3 of Steve's past boyfriends. Come on, let's have a family thing going on here. Now, you know, have you all slept with Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. I will now Viagra's here.
Well, okay, these are your past gay boyfriends.
Sorry, I've not been ringing you. So
you see, it's a big gay thing.
You know, I've been a bit busy recently, that's all I can say.
All right, Andrew.
Yes.
He's got to go back to his pub tonight.
His hair's that colour all over, by the way.
Okay, well, Steve, you're not gay, are you? No, you're not
only
gay.
in the broadest sense of the
Okay, and this is just a stereotypical gay joke, but well, it's funny. Okay, Steve, what are you doing soon? Next.
What am I doing next? I'm doing a big show in the West End.
Yeah.
It's on at the Lyceum Theatre, starts on the 29th, runs for 6 weeks. Book early, a lot of tickets are selling fast. I do a range of characters in the show, Paul and Pauline Calf, Tony Farino, Alan Partridge and a couple of others.
Do it, pal. And he's not gay, but there's nothing wrong with being gay if you are gay. Steve Coogan, everybody, these three people, the show, Brian Adams, the beautiful South, fastball, but the players out there, friends of the show, as we're all friends here and we're all friends there. Please welcome the fun-loving criminals. Here they are.